Hey guys, this is Flex Lewis here at Busybody's Gym, and I'm joined by my boss himself, Mr. Rich Gaspari.
Hey buddy, how's it going, Flex? Great to be in town.
Good, good. And today we're going to do some tips for you guys on glutes. That's something myself and Rich are known for, and we're going to show you some inside things that get us shredded from the back.
As Flex has said, you know, I got some old school tips. Flex has got the new school tips, both known for something that we had on stage, and that was glutes.
This is the abduction machine. A lot of people will avoid this, thinking it's a girly exercise. That's something I've actually used since I got my first chance to use this machine when I was back in Wales, when I changed to different gyms. And this is something that's been in my prep up until present day. It's been like nearly 10 years of me using this machine. So again, making sure that the pads are in as close as they can to the closest notch. With a full range of motion, coming out controlled, throwing them up as wide as I can, coming right in before they hit the machine.
Now, I normally would see, you know, doing it for the outer thigh, but you know, I realize that you do use your glutes a lot for getting the contraction on this exercise.
What I'm aiming to do is get, like I said, a full range of motion, throwing it past, probably like the normal skipping range where a lot of people will go there. I'm trying to throw past that area. It's really, I can feel it right now, really heating up my glutes. Once I've done about 10 reps on this, I'll come down and I'll hold out for like 2 seconds for 5 reps. And then small motions as a burnout. Oh, shit. And as of now, my glutes are on fire. The area that's worked is sort of like they said, the outer and the tie-in for the glute here. So what I'm visualizing, when I'm going down into my side chest, crouching down, that area there, even me just dipping down into it, I can feel all that glute region right there, just firing. So when I do my side chest and I'm firing my glutes, that's what I'm visualizing when I'm doing that.
Different aspect of the exercise that I didn't really use when I was competing, but I see what you're saying, how it's really contracting the glutes and isolating it more.
Give it a go.
I'm going to give it a try.
All the way in. Bring it in more. That's it. Throw it right out as far as you can go. And then go 5 reps and hold them out. Hold, hold. 1, all the way in slow. 2, hold. Up. 3. Come on, throw them out. Hold them. Hold. That's 1. Hold, hold. Okay, picking up the reps, small reps here. Small reps there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Feel that?
Definitely got a really good burn on that. You know, right on the side.
Yeah.
It really brings in the glutes and really tightens them.
It brings in all that tie-in, hamstring, glute. And again, what I visualize is going into my side chest, my side chest, coming up. And again, hit that shot, boom, feathers on the side.
Great movement, Flex. Like when I first discovered I had striated glutes, it was all I was posing and I was watching myself pose, and I started flexing, you know, my lower back, and then I noticed I had, you know, these striations that never been seen in bodybuilding, and that's when I started focusing on posing, you know, my glutes. When you're training any muscle, even glutes that are not necessarily a muscle people consider training, but today, without striated glutes, you're not in shape.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And you know, a lot of people that just can't genetically sometimes, but you can improve your glutes. I've seen bodybuilders that had no glutes, and exercising it properly can actually get, you know, slight striations. But everyone's different. You know, you have a really striated glute and your body fat gets really low at that point, and that's what happened to me when I was competing.
The thing is with us too, we set the bar so high for ourselves in conditioning that if we come in a fraction off, which would be shredded to somebody else, we're out of shape.
For the judges, and that's what's amazing.
So we have to find, for myself, and I'm sure there was the same for your case back in the day, is always trying to find that exercise to get that percentage better than the last outing you stepped on stage.
Well, I wish I had this, you know, got this exercise back then, because I think it would have been a great exercise, because I definitely felt the burn in my glutes in the side where it could have really brought striations out even more. Okay, now it's my turn. Here's an exercise I use to really focus on the glutes and really accentuating the movements. I use a combination. A lot of people do front lunges. I actually did a reverse lunge, actually bringing my leg back, which I feel focused more on the glute. And then I did an exercise called the ballet squat, where I would accentuate more lifting with my glutes as opposed to lifting with my legs. You're still going to get legs in it, but you're going to accentuate more the glutes to get a really good burn when you're doing a superset. Sometimes I do them separately, sometimes I superset them when I was getting ready for a show. But we're going to do right now a superset. I kick up, really focus it on the glute. Back more, focus on glute instead of glute.
Yes. Instead of super short, you're kicking your leg right back.
Right back?
Yeah.
And then I'm also kicking up.
Kicking up. The same leg, of course.
Yep. And then what I do is I'll focus on doing a wide squat. And what I'm doing is, as I'm coming down, I'm focusing more on my glutes as opposed to my legs, even though you're using legs, and I'm squeezing up.
And you're coming up on your toes.
Yep, on my toes, and really squeezing the glute.
He's coming up, he's elevating himself a little bit on his heels. Squeezing up a little bit. So you're pushing on the ball?
I'm pushing more on the floor, but I'm using all glutes in the movement. You see, I'm coming down, coming up. I'm actually putting my body forward, and then I'm squeezing. And that really puts a lot more focus. And when you have that mind to muscle training, you can focus more directly on the glutes, even though a squat is primarily for, you know, training your legs. You just give it a try. Focus on the glute. Hip thrust and pushing, or really accentuating the squeeze. Good?
Yeah. Sounds good. Some old school.
Basically, when you're training glutes like that, the exercise Flex did previously worked like the side. This will work right into the insertion of right into the hamstring, into the glute, where you can see a lot of bodybuilders hold that little bit of fat in that area.
Yeah.
That'll make it completely where you have nothing in that area.
I can actually feel my quads in that too.
The abductors.
So this would be a great exercise to throw in on leg day.
It's almost a sissy squat.
Yeah.
Combination glute squat.
It's a great exercise to throw in, like I said, on a leg day.
At the end.
Because you're incorporating a multitude of different muscles.
And as you see, a superset makes you breathe heavy.
Conventional leg press. Here, we're not using much weight. It's more about the stretch. Now, again, if you've gone through a whole leg workout, this is something I would definitely use. If not one of the last exercises, definitely to the end of your workout. With this, again, weight is not the benefactor. It's more about passing that exertion point, like we done on the tips earlier. We get to that sticking point, it's just working through it. So, again, I'm going to show you an exercise, and I'll probably narrate whilst I'm doing it. My feet are going to be high. First of all, I'm going to put up and walk my feet up. This leg press is a little different to some of the others I've used, but now I'm coming down, and I'm going to pull my knees out past my chest, and my ass is going to lift up slightly without locking out. Put consistent pressure on that glute area.
And it's constant tension on the glutes. This is an exercise I use when I competed.
I can feel my hamstring tie-ins also.
Right to the
right here. It's crazy. The pull I'm getting now. Again, if I done a full leg workout and my legs are full of blood, lactic acid, that pump will be ridiculous. Even just doing this now, Reg, I'm getting a ridiculous pump.
But it's kind of similar to the ballet squats that I was doing, trying to, you know, with your legs forward. When I was doing the squats with your legs forward, same position, and you're concentrating more on the tie-in of the glutes into the hamstring.
He's bringing his ass off the pad and stretching. This key area right here is the difference between the exercise working and not working. This point right here, where the hamstring tie-ins and the glute tie-ins come together.
And I'm really pushing. Where I'm squeezing the butt.
Here we go, Rich.
Great feel. Again, it really focuses on the glutes. And as Flex was saying, you want refinement. This is not building. It is building, but it's refining the glutes so that they, on stage, look, striated, that a lot of bodybuilders just don't have and focus on. Okay, this is the next exercise that we're going to do for glutes that I've been doing for a long time, and bodybuilders like Ronnie Coleman became famous for doing the walking lunges in the parking lot. I usually use a barbell or use a dumbbell. Dumbbells are great because they're easier. Just pick them up. You go heavier and heavier. I use the Versa grips, so I don't lose my grip when I'm doing them. Normally 15 reps each leg, meaning 15 steps, so it's 30 steps. A lot of times you can walk, turn around, and walk back. So you need an area in the gym that you have a good walking distance in doing them. Great glute exercise, great hamstring exercise, great thigh exercise. Again, using them on thighs day. Flex and I use these a lot, as well in our training. So I'm going to demonstrate it.
He's getting a good range of motion with his leg, but keeping all our tension on his glute. He's floating his knee. A lot of people will hit the knee at the bottom. For me, I do the exact same thing. I don't go all the way down. I float my knee. Again, it gives a good stretch. Again, Rich, why don't you hit the knee on the floor? Why do you float your knee? Is there any reason?
Basically, keep constant tension.
That's what
on the glutes the whole time. A lot of times you go on your knee all the way down, it actually takes the tension off. So constant tension going back and forth when doing the walking lunge. All in all, a lot of different exercises. Great way to train your glutes. You don't need to do all the exercises, if you're preparing for a show or just trying to train the glutes. You can use a variation of one or two.
Like Rich said, you don't have to do all these exercises on your leg day. Definitely incorporate one or two of them at the end of the workout, especially if you're targeting, specifics like the abductor machine. Again, you can space these exercises out maybe every 4 days. Or again, hit them on the leg day, a couple of days later after a back day or something like that.
As you can see, I'm the professor and he's the student, but actually, we learn off each other. They always say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I've learned a lot of stuff from Flex. And the thing is, I'm still very enthusiastic with my training. So even training with Flex, getting a different variation or a technique in doing an exercise, I'm game to it because I still love to train, just like when I trained when I was in my 20s. I wish today that we could have competed against each other and I could go back 20 years and be together on stage. It would have been a really fierce competition.
It would have been great. It would have been great and real fun. Because I know how competitive he is now. He hates to lose, whether it's in the gym, playing a game, or whatever we do. It's always competitive between him and I. That's why he's like my big brother. So.
And I got to tell you, my glutes are actually sore from just demonstration. So it was a good job. We've had this conversation where people have said, if he was in your day, you in his day, who would win? And of course, I always say, because he's my athlete, said, Flex would beat me, but I kick his ass.
I'd say I kick his ass, but since he's the guy that feeds me, he would win. Until then,
that's it.
Drive. Oh, no.